104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Also, Big Board Sports, 10 to noon every Monday through Friday. Roger Weiland and our friend Chris Onorato, who always helps us out for Section Tuesday. Again, a lot of people are confused by this. Not just Section 2. It's just a stupid, fun name that we enjoy saying.
We've even done it on a Wednesday.
Right!
So let's not be literal here, people.
Right, we will not let facts get in the way of a clever name, okay? But one of the former Section 2 guys, just looking amazing. It's always fun to talk about him in parties with basketball fans. Is Kevin Herter? Not the greatest story right now, though.
Well, no. I mean, they did win bronze.
Right.
If you're into that kind of thing in America,
second place loser, whatever.
We typically aren't. The FIBA Under-19 World Cup in Cairo. Which, how cool is that, man? I mean, he rode a camel. He went to see the pyramids. Played for John Calipari. That's not a bad summer.
No.
They did lose to Canada, though. Won the bronze, and Canada won the gold, man. And they have a kid, Prince Adoro, who is an incoming Siena freshman. So it'll be kind of cool to follow him and his success under Patsos.
I like that we can actually spin it to where it's still a plus for the Cap region. I like that.
See that?
That's how you know Onorato's been doing this for a minute. You know what I mean?
You know what? Now let's compare him. Prince Adoro to Kevin Herter. Who got more out of that? Is it Herter working with Calipari, or is it Prince just basically getting the next level of competition to get ready for next fall?
It's a great question because Herter's obviously already played the 1 year of Big Ten basketball at Maryland. You'd have to say a kid like Adoro, who, coming from Canada, he's played such a high level competition, like you said, guys. Yeah, that experience is irreplaceable, and it's going to benefit both guys. I think Kevin Herter is a pro. I've said it many times on the show before. I think he's an NBA player, not just a pro. And he may take all 4 years at Maryland to reach that level, but I think he's an NBA guy. He's got the NBA length, the shot, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't overwhelm you athletically, but he can block shots. He can defend because he's so long. And Adoro obviously has a lot of buzz to him. Siena is going to be an interesting team, and not to get too far off topic here, but nobody is going to pick them to do anything impressive this year. Like, they're going to be middle of the pack in the MAC, maybe fifth preseason, where they were 2 last year. So a lot of people are going to see the 4 1,000-point scores go away, but I think Siena could surprise some people.
Well, I just hope that they pay attention to the rules. I mean, the Canadian team used hockey sticks, and I think that's lost on a lot of people. Molson in the water bottles, hockey sticks on the court.
Yeah,
it just wasn't fair.
Hell of a slap shot by Adoro, though. I'm telling
it was
you,
amazing.
Man.
Went right in.
Don't get in front of that thing.
5-hole, and then it was done. Chris Onorato with us. I hope somebody goes, really?
Right.
YouTube searching right now. What did I miss?
That's the greatest story ever.
You seemed a little, I don't want to say stressed out, but like breaking news here involving the Civic Center. What's going on?
Well, yeah, so for the first time in the Glens Falls Civic Center history, they're going to have a sponsor. So we will no longer call it the Glens Falls Civic Center. There's a new 5-year agreement in place to be the Cool Insuring Agency Center.
Cool Insuring Agency Center.
How about that?
I dig it.
You guys in with that?
I do. I mean, I think anything that's got to add to the renovations and everything too. Because I think it's one of the more underrated places to watch any kind of event in the area. Because if you're here, there's a lot of people like the Twin Bridges. You might as well be Canada on the other side of the Twin Bridges. They won't go past them. So I think anything that's going to add to that experience at the Glens Falls Civic Center, let more people go to it. I think that's great.
And I am not shy about accepting sponsors. So like the NBA is going to put some little patches on their jerseys. Sponsors, listen, it's a way to make money, and you're going to tell me in 10 years you won't even know it. You just won't even recognize it, and you're going to tell me, well, that's bad on us for just accepting that as a society. But in today's day and age, what the Glens Falls Civic Center needed to be proactive about keeping that building in top shape to host a hockey team, which they will, the Thunder still. And so get a little 5-year sponsorship on the building, no big deal.
And when they're investing their money in a company, they want to make sure their investment pays off, which is a huge thing. Because if you're putting your name there, then you want this to look good, which is a huge thing for the Glens Falls Civic Center.
No doubt about it.
Chris Onorato with us right now. It is Section Tuesday, 104.5 The Team. As I'm driving in, I must have misheard you because I thought you said that you would take Mike Trout right now over Aaron Judge.
You did mishear me.
Okay, all right.
It was
Mike Trout's not playing, my friend.
Correct. The conversation evolved beyond that. Roger he didn't even pose it as a question this morning. He just kind of said in the wake of the home run derby, and Aaron Judge is the best hitter in Major League Baseball at halfway through a season. I said, what? Okay. No, he is not. And it got to, before we really boiled it down to, okay, look at the first half numbers, who has been the best hitter. Obviously, a name like Mike Trout was thrown out there, Bryce Harper, obviously. But I settled eventually, after many callers and people on Twitter and Facebook hurt my feelings and harassed me, I settled on Daniel Murphy.
Are we playing the Mets every game?
No, but if you look at the numbers, Murphy has an average that's 13 points higher. He doesn't have as many home runs as Judge. Obviously, he has only half as many, but he has as many RBIs. He doesn't strike out as much. He strikes out a third of as many times as Aaron Judge. So to me, he's a better hitter. Now, am I more likely to watch the game when Aaron Judge is in the batter's box? Of course. He's more dynamic as a player. And am I in a little more fear when Aaron Judge is at the plate? Yeah, probably, because he might hit it over the wall. But Daniel Murphy has proven to be a clutch guy, and at a 342 clip, pretty darn good.
It's funny because we did a little research for once in the history of Levack Goz. Judge is probably the best Yankee Stadium home run hitter, but most of his home runs are at Yankee Stadium. He only has one other park in all the bigs that he's more than one home run in, and that's Camden. Well, now it's you go down to Miami as well, but it's in Baltimore. Everywhere else he has one home run or none, and he only has 3 multiple home run games in his whole career. Wow. So he hasn't gained, like everyone wants to compare to Jeter. And look, I'm in. I want him to be the next Jeter, obviously, as a Yankee diehard. He's not clutch yet.
No, but he hasn't. And okay, I shouldn't say he hasn't had the opportunities. We've seen him strike out in this stretch where they went into the break 7-18 in their last 25. And we've seen him in that stretch be up with the game on the line, 2 outs, and he's struck out a couple of times. That has happened. But he's 25. I mean, you're going to jump on the guy now. No way. I'm just not going to elevate him to best hitter in the game currently. But have you seen a guy in a home run derby hit more out center and right? I mean, to the opposite field? Unbelievable.
I mean, like, everyone else is sweating, huffing and puffing, eating donuts in the corner. Judge just swat. He's like swatting flies on the porch.
Donut Man was my pick. I picked Justin Bohr.
Dude, there was a rumor that Cashman is looking to acquire him. After that performance, I'm in. I'm all in. Let's do it.
Don't you think the Marlins are going to be stupid? Like, the price tag now. Didn't you see him hit? I mean, who cares what you do in a home run derby?
Have you seen Jorge Mateo? would you like something in a James Caprillion? Maybe. I'm just like they've got the stuff that they can trade for him. I just don't know how much you want to give up. But man, he's fun. That Miami team is fun.
It really is, yeah, man. And we're just a few days removed from the 1-year anniversary of Big Board Sports, believe it or not. Like a year ago today, Aaron Judge wasn't even in the majors. One of my favorite things in the history of Big Board was this great promo that ran between Roger and then host Zach Bye about the All-Star game and what it meant for home field advantage. I think you side with Zach when it comes to you're very happy that tonight's All-Star game will not determine the home field advantage in the World Series.
Not only am I happy about this, Closer put up a Twitter poll during our show. 74% of the listening and voting audience sided with me that the All-Star game should not determine home field advantage. And then we had Morgan Ensberg on. Obviously, he played in the big leagues for both the Astros and the Yankees, now manages the Valley Cats. He also said it's the most ridiculous thing to have an exhibition game determine who gets home field on the grandest stage of the sport. So while Roger thinks tonight's game just doesn't even matter, don't even watch it because who cares? It determines nothing. Players aren't even going to play hard. I'm on the other side. I say put money on the line, which they are doing. Mm-hmm. Winning players get $20,000, losing players get nothing. Don't let it determine home field for the World Series. And maybe that's just the National League guy and me speaking because the AL always wins this stupid thing.
Chris Onorato with us right now, Levack Goz, 104.5 The Team. See, I'm with you. I don't necessarily need it to mean something. I just need it to conclude. Like, I just don't give me a tie.
Yeah.
Because I'm still angry about the tie. Like, when everybody's sitting there having a conversation about what we're going to do next, and we're gonna play one more inning, and it's it. It's over. No, you're going to finish the game. Games can't end in ties. I don't want to hear that.
They played this thing like 90-some times, and there have been 2 ties.
Right.
I mean, come on. Like, we're not going to end in a tie half the time, 3/4 of the time, not even a third of the time. I mean, twice in the history of this game, we have had a tie, and Bud Selig totally overreacted when it ended in a tie in his home park.
He shouldn't have let it end in a tie. He should have stepped in there and said, you know what? On a tee. All right, you don't want to use your pitchers? The ball's on a tee.
He should have pitched.
There you go.
Fun, right?
But can we agree that we're never going to go to the international rule that softball has where you put a runner on second? Can we just agree we're not going to do that?
I'd rather take guys off the field.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
You got to
start playing with 8.
Yep,
now 7.
8.
Now
Figure
6.
Right. And then, the runs will go up and everybody will be done. It'll be over.
It's so ridiculous. I like it.
Now, Chris, I have to ask you something, and I'm gonna ask for forgiveness in advance if it offends you. I have a theory.
I'm not offended by anything.
Okay, all right, good. I have a theory.
Careful with that comment.
Yes, I know. It's usually famous last words for my friendships. I have a theory. So you watched the home run derby last night, and all the judges' wigs are out there.
Sure.
Clint Frazier is going to have people wearing the redhead Ronald McDonald wigs.
No,
at Yankee Stadium.
really?
I bet you any money. This is my odd prediction, is that people are going to get on board with Frazier if he keeps getting these clutch hits, and you're going to start seeing redhead wigs in the stands at Yankee Stadium.
That's incredible.
Okay, so it's not offensive in any way.
No.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I love that.
Just look what I just bought. I bought some. No.
But let's make it a little more realistic. Like, don't go out there and get a clown wig.
Right. Which is what's going to happen.
The Yankees need to mass produce these things.
Like legitimate
flowing Frazier-like red hair.
I'm in.
That I can get down with. Don't.
Because the clown wig is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
and cheap and available.
That's too easy.
Right.
You're the Yankees, Levack. Are you the greatest franchise in all sports?
I'd like to think so.
Well, then be better than a clown wig.
I'm with you. Well, it's going to be the fans first. And look, only some of us have an IQ above houseplant. So let's be honest that somebody's going to do. It's going to start with.
I love that.
I think it's going to happen because I had after he hit the home run. I was there on Sunday against the Brewers. I had my entire section chanting "Bring me the ginger."
Now, what is that from?
I just started yelling it because I wanted him in the pros as soon as.
That isn't from something. No,
if it is,
that's a Levack original.
That sadly that came from my weird little brain.
Okay,
so that's because originally it was like I wanted Judgment Day. Now it's Frazier, and now that they both have made me proud.
You had drunk people in the Bronx following your lead.
I had at least 50 people chanting "Bring me the ginger."
I like it.
It was good, and it was ginger. It was A.
Interesting.
It was because it was the Bronx. So not offensive.
No, I love that, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Onorato speaking for everyone with red hair in the entire world right here on Levack Goz. I wonder if we should take a vote on that.
If anything, they should use Chris's hair as the template so we get a little cash off of that.
Now, businessman here.
Because you got flow, but you're actually within Yankee regulation.
I have to be.
Yeah.
I have to be.
You do the TV. So,
have to be.
That. So,
and let's just all admit there can be, like Justin Turner, that's too much red. Way too much red. There is a line that can be crossed when you come to red. It's too much, Justin. So Frazier, let it go a little bit longer than he's currently got it, but don't cross the line.
Right.
You can have too much red,
and you're not allowed to.
Right.
You're not allowed to because we're a professional organization that's going to have people with stupid clown wigs in the stands. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. Chris, thank you so much for being the voice of reason and talking to us and humoring us during Section Tuesday.
Thanks, boys.